It's Kringle time. Sit back and relax as we dive into a world of laughter and learning with the Kringle brothers, reminding us that we are better together.
Hey, welcome to Kringle Time, everyone.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
I'm one of your hosts, Santa Michael, and
I'm the other host, Herbie,
I
or
keep
Santa
waiting for
Michael,
you
or
to
however you want to call
trying to
me.
do this. You know what? It's so good to see you. I
It
feel
is
like I
too.
haven't seen you in a while, and it hasn't. Things have been hectic. It's been Christmas in July.
It's Christmas in July. You've had birthdays, but you know what? You needed a break because you did such a wonderful job with those ASL classes that it was like, you know what? Just let
Well,
him go. Enjoy the
Well,
fam.
yeah, in our family, July is like major. Like my daughter's birthday is in like one day, my sister's the next day. Give a day off and then 2 days off and then it's my brother's birthday. It's like everyone's in July kind of it's like crazy,
It
you
is
know.
crazy. But I mean, not only did you have birthdays, but then you had your visits that you had to do for Christmas in July. And I
Yeah.
will have to tell you, my friend, you sounded amazing singing the national anthem at the Spitters game.
Ah, thanks. It was just, I love going to that game, and you know what's fun too is Greg comes and Jody comes,
Hmm.
and Jim Jordan and his wife comes. So I always, when I'm walking around, and I'll tell people, "Do you see my brother? My brother's sitting over there."
Well, last time I threw out the pitch for the Tigers, they had a whole place set up for me to do pictures, and it was funny because there was about, I don't know, 7 or 10 MAPS members that were
Uh-huh.
all there too. So it was kind of funny seeing them walking through the crowd, going, "Hey, huh, that's my cousin, that's my brother from
Yeah, well,
That's
and,
a lot
and
of fun.
Jody comes, right? And Jody, and I always ask Jody, do me a favor, will you record the album so I have it and take some Facebook pictures for me so, I have some stuff that I can, work with and everything. And so every year someone goes, is that your dad?
Oh my goodness, here,
And so
but
now Jody just goes, yeah, that's my dad. He doesn't
that's it.
even wait for it anymore. Yeah, I'm his son.
That's Paul right there. Can't go wrong
That's
with Paul.
fun. That's
All right,
fun.
we
So
have
welcome. Let's see who's
We
watching
have
tonight.
Santa Laser Engraving with us for our first time in a long time.
All right,
Santa
awesome.
Ron is with us.
And Ken,
Santa Bill, and Santa Kevin.
awesome. And
Katie's
Bruce
with
is
us.
there, and Jeff is there.
Oh yeah, we have a
Oh,
great crew.
oh,
Hello,
no,
Gary.
and
Gary's with
Jenny,
us.
Jenny. Yes, we're privileged to have Jenny with us. It's awesome. And Chris and Bill and Kane. I can't wait to see a lot of these guys this weekend.
I know we have the Red Suit Conclave coming up this weekend. It's if you're in the Saginaw area, we're gonna be at the Saginaw Marketplace from 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock on Saturday. It's
Make you a
free.
deal. I'll give you a coupon. You can come for free.
Exactly. Hello, Mike. I hope you're doing better with your knee. Mike Connor just had knee surgery.
Oh, yeah, and think I saw a post. I was praying for him because I think he had to go back in and get a little bit more work done. So it was
Ugh.
like, yeah, I think it was. I forget the exact thing, but it was like one of those. Oh no, Michael. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, today's conversation is Christmas in July and the importance of those events.
Well, I will say I think the conversation's more like, so what'd you learn by doing that, big boy?
Exactly.
You had fun doing that. What did you learn? What to do? What not to do? And what do you think about that? How's it different? So
Well, you had a lot more than I did. I mean, what'd you do? 3 or 4 campgrounds plus the baseball game.
four campgrounds, daycare, baseball game, golf, fundraiser that I do every year. And this year I did more at the fundraiser than I have in the past. So it's a lot of different events, different vignettes, and styles too, in there. Yeah.
Oh my god. But so, what did you learn from all these?
I learned that water is your friend.
You
I
know,
learned that hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Even more, I've always known it, and even in the regular season, water, water, water. But all of a sudden, even though I wasn't wearing wool, man, I had to. I mean, I literally, I chug so much water because when I start to dehydrate, I get a little bit dizzy and I can feel a
mhm.
little bit lightheaded, which then affects your performance. And so it was like I just had to keep drinking lots of Gatorade. So I got these after 2 visits. I bought these little pouches that I could dump in the water. That's Gatorade electrolyte stuff. So I mean, that's high on the list. Of what I've learned. Water is your good friend for Christmas in July, more important than in Christmas regular
Right.
season.
Okay, so the Vineyard Center said he learned a tremendous amount on Saturday for my first ever event.
Oh, awesome.
Well, I could tell you, I mean, I did not have anything scheduled. Then all of a sudden, at the last moment, I ended up getting a phone call to do a 3 hour, no, it was actually longer than that. It was like a 5 hour gig out in South Haven, Michigan at a blueberry farm. And
Ooh.
then I get another phone call that their other Santa dropped out to go to a summer, Christmas, and July market.
A market. Is that kind of like the Saginaw market that we're going to? Is it
No,
an
no, no,
outdoor?
no. Yeah, it was an outdoor event, but they closed down the street, and then they brought in like vendors. So there were people selling like, shaved ice and jewelry and different types of
So
lotions
tons
and
of
stuff.
tents and that
Just,
kind of
yeah, but
fair.
I think there's maybe 10 of them because it's the first year that they did it. So they wanted Santa to basically walk around the crowd and going. But I agree with you. One of the things that I learned here is every appearance is an audition.
Yes. Yep.
And you have a very good story. Why don't you go ahead and share that story?
Well, I think one of the difference between for me audition, and of course I got a job on it. I'll get there, but let me remind me to stay on target. But so when I Chris winter months, I go to a place. Everyone's from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, all right, I'm going to Traverse City. The majority of people, are from Traverse City. When I do an event in Grand Rapids, the majority of people are Grand Rapids. I found just the opposite for Christmas in July. I was because they're campgrounds,
Mm-hmm.
and people. What's our number one industry in Michigan is tourism.
Okay.
And so all these people are coming from out of state into Michigan for vacation and stuff. So I mean, I talked to kids from South Dakota, which was a great conversation, because now she's familiar with a different Santa in her state.
Right.
And of course, once she saw Jinx, the elf, and everything, like, you are the real Santa. But then she goes, then who's the Santa that I see every year?
Yeah.
Oh, so I mean, new hard questions that you're with it. So in other words, so I'll come back to that thing. I'm seeing families that are not necessarily just planted in that area, which then came to the story. So I'm in Cadillac. I do my performance, and Jinx house broke. I'll get to
Oh,
remind me. I'll come back to that one. So the different vignette, back to different type of season and what you're doing, even though you're doing the same kind of thing, right? Different location, but all of that. This lady comes up to me. She goes, "Can you come to my daycare center in Christmas in July?" And she's in Muskegon. So we're talking almost a 3 hour drive from where I was at to where she's at. Of course, since I already live south. But so I just got back Tuesday, yesterday, from going to her daycare center for Christmas in July. That appearance came from the normal situation. Everyone's from Muskegon, everyone's from this. You'll find tons of people in Christmas in July all over the place, all over your state. And I think the campgrounds, because people are vacationing from all over. So it opens up that audition that you talked about even more, location wise. At least that's my take on it. And because I think campgrounds. If I had to make a guess, I don't have any stats and I haven't read anything on it. It's just my perception of where the bookings come and people I talk to. I think campgrounds are your number one look to for Christmas in July. So if you have campgrounds in your area, I literally would be talking to those owners and managers about what do they do for Christmas in July.
well, you bring up a good point. We've actually gotten questions on this: is where do you go to look for Christmas in July events? And as you said, is campgrounds in your area are a fantastic opportunity to do so, but also farmers markets
Yep.
are a good place as well too, especially if you can get yourself attached to an established vendor at those events. That
Yeah.
way they can then market that Santa's going to be here, which will drive business towards their booth plus other people as well.
Yeah.
At the same time, too, is libraries. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of libraries do a lot of the reading programs in the month of the summer months,
Yep.
and this will be a great time to basically end up going there and doing maybe some story time, some
Mm-hmm.
story reading. These are just some elements for Christmas in July. Now, I'm reading through the chat here real quickly
All
here,
right.
and one of the things I think everybody learned, and I know I did, was the elements are different in July versus the winter.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, you can only take off so much to be cool. At least in the winter, if you're cold, you can keep adding layers on.
yep.
But when you get to the summer now I know you were saying one of the campgrounds it was hot for you, and I asked, did you wear your cooling vest? You were like, no.
I should have. You know.
But you touched on a good point too, is hydration, taking breaks every 45 minutes that allows you time to cool off. With one of the events that I did, it was a mixed up holiday event at the Blueberry Farm. So not only was Santa there, but the Easter Bunny was there too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And the Easter Bunny, I can say one thing, she was a trooper, but I felt so much pain for her being in that bunny suit, especially the one that I had because it's a completely foam head and you can't breathe and it can be horrible.
Yeah. I don't know how Monty and Paul at the baseball game did it.
Okay.
I mean, that's their mascot.
But you
And
also had Wiley from Great Wolf too, didn't
and
you?
Wiley showed up that day too for the Great Wolf Lodge. And Paul, the Coca-Cola, and he wasn't, I think he put Paul on there so he didn't go by the Coke name, but it was a big white polar bear. And he's out there, and it's like, whoo, you boys are a lot stronger and younger than me.
Well, again, I mean, I'm looking through the chat itself too is, and the other aspect is, again, you have to remember to stay healthy. I mean, we look at this. Santa Jerry posted. I did 2 parades for Christmas in July,
Oh,
and
that's
I learned
awesome.
my voice didn't last the whole parade.
Oh,
And in the words of Santa True, if when possible, amplify, amplify, amplify. If you have the means to bring a portable speaker and a microphone, use it.
yeah.
Don't strain your voice at all. And again, just like we were talking about staying hydrated, sometimes you have to go into training your voice to be able to last those long distances. Some of the
Yeah.
other ones that were in there too is Santa Sal from New York. I had 3 campgrounds and a baseball game.
And he
Thank you,
looked
Michael
awesome.
Howe. With Christmas in July, Santa is dressed casual and it is more relaxed setting. For the baseball game, Michael, didn't you dress as a baseball player yourself?
Yep, I bought baseball pants, white with red stripes. Then I got a custom baseball shirt, and of course, I'll just say this with the tats. I got one of those runner cooling shirts, so I had compression sleeves on, and I'm amazed how those compression sleeves really help.
Well, since I got that new tattoo here, I wore the compression sleeves for the first time because the market wanted me. They did an online poll and they wanted Santa to come wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah,
So those compression sleeves were awesome because I didn't think about it, but they kept my arms cool.
yeah. So that's another one of those. What did you learn? Compression sleeves are a major must to help you cool off.
Now,
Yeah.
some of our Santas, they come from the Great White North up in Canada and everything. They also had the International Santa Congress during the month of July, and he
Yeah.
was saying for Christmas in July they went to Safari Niagara and Kingpin Bowling in St. Catharines. Santa Sebastian here says, I have a Santa friend who was hired for a Christmas in July gig in a cafe on a rainy day. Here in Chile, we are in winter. Well, just think about that, though.
Yeah.
As Santa Sebastian said, think about our brothers in Australia, in New
Yeah, it's
Zealand.
winter for them. Yep.
It's winter for them, And here they are, and we're complaining that it's hot, and they're out there with, oh my goodness. Thank you, Sebastian, for sharing for that, because you
Yeah.
are right. I mean, we lose kind of a different frame of mind when we start getting to different hemispheres and stuff like that.
Yeah. I do like the cooler environment. You know, it's easy to put things
I
on and
understand.
take off, right? Yeah. And so, and then one of the other things I guess I'm going to put on there is flexibility.
Keep going on, Michael.
Um, I'm sorry. Go
Can you
ahead,
hear me?
Herbie. Yep, I can
I
hear you.
really
You're
can't. Hang
breaking up
on.
just a little bit.
Technical difficulties. I'll be right there.
All right, you keep going. I'll keep talking. Flexibility is part of the job. Outdoor
Keep
events
talking,
bring
Michael.
heat, rain, wind,
There
bugs,
we go.
changing schedules like crazy. And great Santas learn how to adapt for each of those to keep the magic alive. Like I told you before, Jinx died. Jinx's house died. I've already sent it back to get fixed. Yay. But a huge gust of wind took my little table and threw it. And it was one of those, oh no, you know. I did find out that Larry Talbot, my insurance would cover it, but because of my deductible, you know, you're like, you got to pay the deductible first. And it was like, well, that ain't gonna work because that's the price. My deductible's the price of the house, you know. But it was nice to know that it would have covered it. You know, I mean, if something major happened, it was multiple things. You know, it was nice to know that that accident got covered through my Larry insurance. You know.
Well, and good. Another thing too is about Christmas and July events too is, we spend a lot of time talking about props and about giveaways and about little things that one can do here. But you know what? I think Christmas in July is a great opportunity to basically create more of an experience.
Yep. Yes.
And that to me is the most important thing when we come to anything anymore. It's fun to bring out the props, the watches, tell wonderful stories about the North Pole. But the most important thing is to make the children believe
Yeah.
at least for a little bit more.
Yeah. I think that experience is more important than props.
Well, I can tell you this. The funny part too is, when we talk about the experience here, is after I was finished with the blueberry farm, uh, Stacy, my wife, wanted to go to the beach.
Oh, right
So
afterwards,
right
you were
afterwards,
in your outfit,
I
right?
was still dressed. So I had my
Oh,
Hey Dude sock. I had my Hey Dude shoes on, white, green and white striped socks, green knickers, a vest and a shirt, and a Boston Scally, right? And we get to the beach, and she said, "I want to go stick my feet into the water." So I'm like, "Fine." So we go walk down, take off my shoes and my socks. I had more people come up to me to get their picture because they were like, "Is that Santa? Santa's at the." Even in fact, one of the lifeguards left her post to come and get a picture with me.
that's a hoot. That's a
So
hoot.
again, though, is you're creating memories, especially in
Yeah.
Christmas in July.
Thank you, Stacy.
But and one more point though is it's an opportunity to build a network or a more of a repertoire with potential clients for Christmas.
That's right.
Like you just said, was with your daycare in Muskegon. You know that lady is going to call you
Oh,
for
she's already,
Christmas.
when I was going out to the car, she already followed me out, saying, I'll give you another call. We've got to do this again. I love that idea, you know?
So, and again, though, this is the most important part. So, I'll tell you what here is as we get caught up with some of the comments and stuff, why don't we go ahead, Michael, and run our contributors stuff,
Yeah. Well, I
and
want to
then
make the comment that Sandy and Jerry, Santa Jerry and Sandy, my Mrs. Claus, got to do a Lego store. That would be, I wouldn't want to visit with kids. I'd want to build. So it was probably good that I didn't get that job. All right, here we go.
all right.
Since 1948, one suit defined Santa. Designed by Charles W. Howard and worn by the world famous Santa Claus School. Worn for presidents, movies, parades, and the most magical moments in families' lives. This is not a costume, but finely tailored, hand-sewn clothing made in the USA. With expert cleaning, restoration, and storage services available, Santa and Company LLC makes Santa magical.
Are you going crazy managing clients, contracts, and invoices? Kringle Tracker is here to help you. Stay organized with ease. Keep your sanity in check with Kringle Tracker's intuitive tools to effectively manage your schedule and clients. Our seamless, customizable contract system allows you to tailor your contracts to you and your clients' needs. Prepare for tax time like a pro by tracking your income and expenses and generate reports to make it a breeze. Transform your Claws business by signing up for a free 20-day trial. Kringle Tracker was created by a Claws for the Claws community so you can focus on making magical memories for your clients. Head over to kringletracker.com and sign up for your free trial today.
We're back.
All right, so looking over the comments, there were a great one too. First of all, hello, Sister Claus.
Hey, Wimble. I love my Wimberly.
She just had a birthday, so
She
happy
just had a birthday.
Sister Claus. Santa South made a great comment too. I talked about stories and props being they are important, but making memories, especially in Christmas July, should be your utmost goal. But as Michael pointed out before, Christmas in July events are fantastic for the simple fact is it allows you to try new material and see where you have to hone in on before the season starts. Did you do anything new this year?
Oh, just the majority of my show is new. I'd like to thank you for the double stack Oreo cookie that you suggested that I get. It went over like it was so awesome. I mean, it went over so well. My cookie oven, the banter that I did with that went great, and so I did some pantomiming with the kids on making cookies. That was a new stick. I introduced a new Elf 5, and for me, that I got the idea from Santa Doug, and Jenny and those guys. For me, 5 works in the kitchen with Mrs. Claus, and so let me bring 5 out, and he'll see if we can have him give us what magic Mrs. Claus does in the cookies. And so then, because all of 5 in his little rebellious kind of thing, like Jinx a little bit, we never got an answer. So I said, well, let me try my best, and so then I moved through. So those are all new props. And ideas for me, of course, because we talked about a cookie theme, and so I'm at my naughty and nice cards that I created, made big ones. What nice is did an acronym with each letter and what it stands for, and had kids come up, went over wonderfully. I'm so pleased with those cards that I made. Yeah, and I'll have some of those at the Red Suit too, just if people are interested in looking at them. But yeah, so basically, I would say 75% of my show was new.
Well, let's see, and you made good points here, because you're refining new things, getting them ready for the Christmas, so they're going to flow a lot better. But another aspect too is when we do these events in July, we're really building relationships. They're not just bookings, and it goes back to the very first thing that we touched on. And that is, you're always auditioning, because when you're doing these events, whether you're at a baseball game, a campground, a farmer's market, or a craft type show, you don't know when a photographer is going to come by.
Yep.
You don't know if a corporate executive or an HR executive is going to come by, and they're like, oh, we need to hire you for our Christmas party, or we need to book you for this. So what is something, Michael, that you think should be on hand, especially in Christmas and July events?
Well,
see the segue?
I'm going to say one sheet. Yeah, that was a good lead-in. Look at you, big dog. I mean, and I'm going to say this before we go to one sheets real quick. The reason you build that relationship is because once you start working with places that do entertainment, it's a high turnover rate. So in other words, the management, every year this year, knock on wood, I'm going to have the same management at the Great Wolf Lodge. That's that I work with, and it looks all lined up to be that, right. And but even at campgrounds, I've had different managers for the pit spitters, the new programming person every year that comes in. So, but guess who stays? The guy who sells popcorn,
Exactly.
and the guy who's selling beer through the audience, and the guy who's working this and this. And so when you're building those relationships and the new person comes in, they mention you to that new one, because now you've got to build a new relationship with them, and so you contact it. But having that relationship with all of the workers and creating events for everybody that's there, and that building that relationship keeps it more solid. And because there's a higher turnover in those entertainment companies and that type of stuff. Is that the right way to articulate that?
Well, no, I mean, you're right. Even with our experience working at Great Wolf Lodge, it seems like every year we're getting a new entertainment manager or an entertainment director, and it's a point of having to reestablish that whole relationship all over again, where they have, oh, did I freeze?
Yeah.
Where we have to basically recreate the relationship all over again, because they don't or are not familiar with what you did last year and
Yeah.
what you can actually bring to the table.
Yeah.
Do you have your double stuff handy, Michael, or no?
No, it's downstairs. I was packing
Okay.
it because it's going to be part of what's in Santa's bag
I know.
at the Red Suit Conclave.
Well, a couple questions before you move into the one sheet is Santa Jerry would want to know if your nice cards are going to be for sale.
Yep, I'll have them. I made some.
And number two is Hyatt Friend Memories. The Oriole Double Stuff Stack Prop is this box right here. I got it from, I believe, Penguin Magic. And basically, it allows you to basically, I know I said that twice, it's to basically make one cookie become two cookies.
Yeah, and it was simple because I loved it, because I pull it out. We're talking about cookies, right? I said, I love Oreos. Do you like Oreo cookies? Do you know what's better than one Oreo cookie? And then I'd wave it. I go, two Oreo cookies. And the kids, that you've done something well when you get what Stephen Gillum talks about, they suck air, right? Yeah. I've got suck air every time I've done that,
All right, so Michael, why don't we move into the one sheet, because I believe you have a copy of yours, or you're going to give a copy of yours to.
Well, I do this. Let me let me keep things in order here. All right, all of the points that for things that we've learned and talking about discussion wise, every moment makes you better. Do the da 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 da. All of our conversation pieces. What I did was I took my notes from that.
Too is a lot of things that we discuss here at Kringle Time is we want you to go back into your own regional groups or your close-knit friends, whether you're having lost your voices. We are just having all kinds of craziness now.
They lost your voice, or lost?
I don't know. It just says, Charlie says, lost your voices.
Lost your voices.
I don't know. I hope this works.
Are we back,
buddy.
Charlie?
Can someone just give us a thumb up? Oh, it says we two just went off the air.
What? You two just went off the air? Oh, I've never had that happen before.
No, according to everything that's on here
It all looks like it's working.
it all works like it's working, and we're broadcasting, but looking at YouTube, it looks like we froze.
Uh-oh.
It's when you put up the QR code.
Thanks. Are we back now, Charlie?
You are back. Okay.
Yes, I'm back.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Gary. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, everyone. But
All right,
what
we're back. Sorry, everybody.
For what
This
we're going
break was brought to you by Be Flexible. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. You never know what's going to happen in your show. So
you know,
be flexible. I
we
learned that this year, too.
we just wing it and we just move forward. All right, Michael. So what's the definition of a one sheet?
Well, basically, I'm going to say your one sheet, think of it as a business calling card with a, and it's a single sheet of paper. In other words, here's my one sheet. I've got the QR code as an example, but I'm almost afraid to put it up now. So here's my front, right, of my calling card, my one sheet, and here's the back. And basically, think of it as a resume cover letter, kind of a combination, but it's graphical. I want it to be pleasing to the eye, and I carry this everywhere. And so, because Christmas in July, I think what happens is when you get to Santa season, it's like everyone calls for Santa. Everyone's looking for Santa. They already know they want a Santa. But when it comes to Christmas in July, there's a lot of places that don't know yet that they want a Santa. And so your one sheet, taking it with you and giving it out to them, helps them know that they want a Santa. So you've got to pursue it a little bit more, I think, for the Christmas and July opportunities than for the Christmas season opportunities. Am I making sense with that?
No, you make sense. I know for me though is my season is usually so busy that I don't have time. And people do come up and go, "Hey, how much do you charge? Or what can you do this?" And you can't break character. And now you're not going. I don't stop to hand out those papers. But Christmas in July is a little bit different, because it's not as obvious as everything else goes along there too. But it is. A one sheet is a 30-second elevator pitch that basically is more visual than someone talking to end up getting you additional time with those individuals.
Yeah, short, sweet, precise. You don't want to get too wordy. I think sometimes it's more important to leave things out. I think like when I was teaching, I always felt like, and would tell kids, a good question is better than a good answer, because a good question will make you think and ponder and wonder. A good answer, they'll take it and they'll leave, and that's it. You know what I mean? So I like to bring forth the questions. So I like to try to develop my one sheet to leave them so they'll ask a question more than I give them the answer.
So I will say this, instead of actually having maybe a hiccup again with trying to bring up the QR code, we'll figure a way to make Michael's one sheet available to you where you can either download it off the Facebook page.
Well, I think there's an event spot in the folder that I can put something in there.
Maybe. So we're going to get that out there, and we'll create a post just to let everybody know. So again, what are some of these? Here is, Charlie says it's printed on cardstock. Is yours printed on cardstock?
Yes.
So it's a little bit better than a piece of paper. And you do, like you said, is you want to put on the finer points of it. Contact information. Definitely some images of you in action.
That's right.
In your Santa suits, if you're Mrs. Claus, wearing your Mrs. Claus attire, or if you're a wily elf, you want to basically have visual representation of what you can bring to the table.
And I have a list of all of places that I've made appearances to, so that way it's like, oh, people, you've been there, you know what I mean, kind of thing. So it gives some validity to you as a Santa. And so I have a list of all of that on there too.
And some of the other things that you should consider, of course, who are you? What makes you unique?
Special.
Yeah. What appearances do you offer? How can someone book you? And why should they choose you? Because always remember, the first impression, it's your first impression before they actually get an opportunity to see Santa.
Yeah. Hey, let's give something away.
You want to give something away?
You know what? I'm so thankful for Wade and Scarlett.
I am too, to be honest with you.
I mean, they're so, I'll do this. Jody needed a new belt, right? But he needed a 3-inch belt, right? And so literally Wade drove down to his person and he needed it for this weekend for pictures, right? With his new suit that he got. And he literally drove down to his leather supplier, had it made, waited for it, came back and mailed it to us, so Jody got it in time, for his pictures this weekend.
And I know Wade just had their Mid Tennessee thing, and he came out as Hulk Hogan once again.
Yeah, it was good. So all of that, I just am so thankful for him. He really goes the second mile for his customers. So all of that,
Let's run the video.
all right.
Since its founding in 2004, Santa's Closet has been committed to providing unique, high-quality accessories for Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the entire Claus community. Our mission is to deliver exceptional customer service and outstanding value, offering competitive pricing and a wide selection of products designed to enrich the Claus experience.
Now, just so we know the rules of trivia, remember,
rules.
If you have won within the last 8 weeks, you are not eligible to participate at this given time. Number 2 is, unfortunately, we cannot ship things overseas, and that, of course, includes Canada. So if you do know somebody within the United States that would actually ship to you, just put that out there in case
You got a U.S. address? Go for it.
So, and if you want to fly Michael and I, we will hand deliver anything across the world.
That is a really cool idea. Someone from Europe, please win. and help us bring you. Yeah, all right, forget it. That comment really got me turning,
Remember, we try not to use Facebook or internet, but I can't see, so I can't go. So, all right, Michael, what's tonight's question?
All right. You keep your eyes on the comments quick, Herbie, because I have a feeling this one might come in fast.
That's all right. I got both things up. I got YouTube
All right, are you
on
ready?
one, and I got...
The attack, he's focusing, he's concentrating.
I'm focusing. Go.
All right, here we go. What is the second line in the song? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. So what's that second line in that song? The second line in the song, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Well, this is going to be difficult because I don't even know what the answer is.
Oh, come on. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Second line.
Everywhere you go?
No. You're not supposed to say it.
We already got answers, and according to this,
okay.
Kane was the very first person that popped up with "Everywhere You Go."
Everywhere you go is correct.
All right, and you know what? Kane is eligible. Let's see here. Yep, Kane is eligible to participate. So congratulations. And Kane is a 3-time winner.
Oh, all right. So, Kate, you're probably used to this, but let's just do it just to make sure. Please send us your first name, last name, your address, zip, city, state, all of that wonderful stuff, in your t-shirt size to kringlebrothers2@gmail.com. That's kringlebrothers2@gmail.com. First name, last name, address, city, state, zip, all that in your shirt size, and we will forward that to Wade right away.
And Sue Redloff is so funny. She's playing Jeopardy.
She say, what is?
Yeah. What is the second line? Everywhere you go.
I love you, Sue. She's good on our team for the Claus brothers. I've had people they're gonna help us out with the snowball fight.
You're not supposed to tell people.
But they said they do it on the TV. We're gonna have a snowball fight.
Oh, okay. What is it going to say? Oh, we did have a question going back to one sheet from Kathy Nord.
All right.
Kathy says, do you add Santa schools to your one sheet?
I don't have it on mine, and I think it's because it's back to leaving. You don't have to do all the information. You want to do enough information to want them to know more. And so I feel like my appearances and things that I've done would influence them more than me going to school. But if you got a smaller area of appearances, then I would add it. Am I making sense to that? hopefully.
No,
Does that make sense for me?
you're making perfect sense. I also look at it like this. I don't think on a one sheet schools should be on there because the people that you're giving the one sheets out to are going to be they're going to be totally flabbergasted by the simple fact is that there are Santa schools.
Yeah, I get that. You get that all the time too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Schools?
The other aspect is if you're basically going in for an audition or you're going in to talk on a, like, I don't want to say every client's major, but if you're going in to say you're talking to a theme park or you're going into a role on TV, the movies, something that is monumental, and you have to meet with a casting director, then yes, I would actually create a one sheet resume for those particular items
Yes.
and list your Santa schools so that they can see that you've been classically trained,
Yeah.
that you're always pursuing.
Yeah, it's not like Lord of the Rings. One ring doesn't rule them all.
No.
You know what I mean? So I would have, depending on who you want to give that to, I would create a one sheet to emphasize where you're trying to get it. Where are you trying to get the job? Are you working with corporates or home visits? Or, for me, I give out one sheets more to businesses and corporates than I do for home people.
And even Zingerman says, it would be acceptable to put down professionally trained on your one sheet.
Yeah.
And you can leave it just like that, and then that could also be an icebreaker for you. What do you
good.
mean
That's a good
professionally
comment.
trained?
I like that wording. That's awesome.
So now, if you have any other questions about one sheets, or you'd like to get a copy of the one sheet, if you can't find it on Facebook or anything, you can always reach us at kringlebrothers2@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Because this way we can actually address your concerns, and if we need to, we can email you a copy of the actual one sheet itself for yourself. So again, if you'd like to talk more about one sheets, or you want to actually get a copy of it, because in case the QR code didn't work, kringlebrothers2@gmail.com. And also, if you're liking what we're doing here, please go to Facebook, go to YouTube, like us, subscribe. You can find us at Kringle Brothers because of you, we can grow this channel and we can actually reach out to more individuals. Because why? We are better together. You like how I threw that in there too?
I like it. Look at you.
I'm getting, you leave me one day and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I'm just finding my own rhythm now.
You are flowing well. Let's look at you. I'm impressed. Sometimes I listen to you and I went, oh, he really did hear me.
It's usually he slowed down long enough that he can actually understand what I heard. All right. Do we have any other announcements or anything that we need to talk about, Michael, before we go any further?
I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I think we're covering it. We got the red suit this weekend.
Yep.
I've got the outline, which I'm hoping will be great starters. I'm afraid to put it back up, but I'll figure out how to put it on our.
You know what?
Website. There's a spot for documents, I think. On
We'll do this is once we're finished and after the credits go off, the ending credits, we'll put the QR code up there for the after party. That will give everybody a big chance to see that. Oh, Big Dreams Ranch will be on Channel 2 Fox News tomorrow morning at 10:30-ish with Tuck and Hazel, this year's babies from Rooftop Landing Reindeer Farm. They have grown so much. For those that don't know, Big Dream Santa, we had a great opportunity to meeting him at our Jingle Joy retreat. He has a relative that actually built a ranch where they have exotic animals, and he was very fortunate enough to have Rooftop Landing sell him 2 of the babies from this year's herd.
Oh,
So
they're
yes,
growing so
and
fast.
I think they're located right outside of like the Blue Water Bridge, right in that area. Help me out, Big Dreams. Let me know.
Oh, I love that name, Big Dream. I love it.
Now, also too is again, if you are within the area here, for this weekend, and you want to come to to the Red Suit Conclave, we are going to have many different clauses selling different things. Kelly Mitchell will have books for sale at the Red Suit Conclave. Santa Jeff will have pouches. They're going to. What are you doing?
I'm doing the sign language sign for free.
Oh, free. I was still getting used to family.
No, families like this. Family. Free.
Oh, it's in Ira Township. Thank you, Big Dreams. I love it. Also, now too, we have some wonderful instructors coming from the west side of the state, focusing on special needs and dealing with special needs children. So again, this is a great opportunity for you to come for fellowship, to maybe learn a thing or two. It's at the Saginaw Valley Marketplace on August 1st from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and also part of the day on Sunday.
Yeah.
The lectures are free. All you have to do is pay for your own lodging and any food.
I
Now,
like it.
one of the other things that we can also talk about from Christmas in July
Yep.
is photos.
Oh yeah, we didn't touch the photos, right?
No.
Photos tell your story. Each Christmas in July events gives you a fresh marketing material. High quality photos and videos help feature clients' pictures of Santa on their own. In other words, the clip of me singing the Star Spangled Banner has gotten so many hits. You know, just a small little, you know, you want to keep it short, simple, but it's back to that. It's different. In other words, it's a different event that they had necessarily haven't seen. So, all of that. Thanks for bringing that up, Michael.
Well, also too, is in the words of True, is no matter what we do, we should always be trying to capture some type of video or some type of photography, because this is how we can actually document the things that we do. And again, it also helps you to show the versatility of Santa. Because, okay, so Michael shows the point. I've done the national anthem at the Spitters game here in Traverse City. Wait, you can sing?
Yeah, I
Well-
love it when they go there. Santa's got pipes. I love it when that comment comes
Well,
up.
didn't you end up doing a opening for a band up in Marquette because they heard you sing?
Did I do an opening for the band? Oh, now I know what you're talking. Yes, that's right. I did. I showed up. Well, it wasn't an opener. It was just before the halfway point for the break. Santa came out and did a little drama, and then I got to sing a couple songs with the band, and the people in the Marquette school, I had a couple of them come up going, Santa, you got pipes. Yeah, that was great. Thank you.
And again, we also need to discuss this point here is I don't know how you feel about it, Michael, but being Santa or being a Claus performer is almost like having a ministry. You're trying to basically keep the spirit of giving, keeping the spirit of Christmas alive.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't happen in the 2 months, November and December. It should be something that we all should be doing throughout the entire year.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Oh, I'm giggling because I know that when we've talked about that was one of those consistently, you know, with children. That's why I like the naughty card, the nice cards that I made. Keep repeating the message over and over and over again, right? I'm going to give it an analogy. I said it before. I'm not calling anybody a dog, right? But it's that concept of sit boo boo, 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 sit boo boo. Good dog. You know, and so it's just that constant, we have that opportunity just to be repetitive, you know, love one another, be kind to one another. You are magic, you are loved, you know, and repeating that over and over and over again until it really sinks into our hearts.
And not to mention the hearts is, you know, the beard, the suit, the sleigh bells all help create an image. But what do families remember is how Santa made them feel. It's what Santa said to them. And the heart of the performer will always outshine the costume.
Yeah.
Now, this then leads into one of the magical parts of being Santa. And this is one of the most important things, and I don't think I can stress this enough. And that simply is being present.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is our brains are so conditioned anymore to actually think 1 or 2 steps above where we're at right there. And I am notorious for this. My brain thinks 6 steps ahead, and I'm still trying to, my mouth is still trying to catch up.
That's
Man.
it. Just 6.
Yeah, 6, because I'm already thinking, okay, what do I got to do after this? What do I got to do this? I'm already waking up tomorrow morning with a list of going.
It's already thinking, oh, I wonder if they're going to make this following pizza. Who knows?
Exactly. But as a Claus performer, what we need to concentrate on is staying within the moment, staying with the family or the child that's with us.
Yes.
And it's not the suit, it's not the beard, it's not any of the outside appearance, but by you just actually relating to the child and speaking to them, not at them, but to them, they will have a memory that they will never forget. It's like Santa knows my name.
Yeah.
And Christmas in July gives you a wonderful opportunity to practice this because you don't have long lines of people coming to see you.
Yep. You
You
get to
don't.
slow down because you get more time with each child.
And this is the important part. A Christmas in July event can help establish a few more months, a few more decades, and it also acts as a reminder because the children are getting ready to go to school within like a month or so,
You know,
and
yeah.
and now you basically are telling them, look, you're one of my favorites, and I keep my eye on all my favorites,
Yeah.
and they feel the love and they don't feel so rushed.
Yeah. And it gives you a different vignette to be able to be with the child that you normally don't get in the mall setting, or indoors. Bubbles indoors don't always go well, with carpeting and that kind of stuff. But outside, oh my gosh, I have some of the best bubble fights outside,
Oh,
and, so it gives you a chance to do things and to play and interact where, it's with the other season, you're a little bit more narrow in that focus. But Christmas in July, I've really learned that it gives me more opportunity to be more creative, and to have more different types of events with children.
well, one of the things I did differently this year that I haven't really done much during the holiday season is I made snow.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And just to see the especially up in South Haven, because it was a very warm day up there, but to actually take the bowl or take the glass and literally make snow right in front of them, and they were just totally amazed. And I guarantee that's something that they're going to go home and talk about.
Yeah,
That we saw Santa, and he literally made it snow in July. And
yeah,
that's the power that we have by creating memories, by staying present, and realizing that we matter at any given time of the year.
yeah. You're awesome, Herbie.
No, no, I'm just being Herbie. All right, now, does anybody have any questions? We
Any
have a couple
other any
minutes
other
here.
things as we come to the end of our close? And yeah.
Oh, Jeff Ernst just received his trivia T-shirt today in the mail, so thank you so much.
Yay! That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Sometimes we share things and we don't necessarily always get them back going, did that work? So I'm glad you shared that, Jeff. Thank you. That was awesome. And I'm glad and enjoy.
All right, let's see here. Let's see here. We had a Zingerman says we had a blast at last year's conclave. Can't join this year, but we'll be back. That's okay. Michael and I weren't there because we're already booked to go somewhere else. But Flat Herbie and Flat Michael were there.
That was I. Oh man, I worked so hard. I had a brain fart. Linda asked me, how come you were in a red suit last year? And I went, did you have surgery? Did I have surgery?
No,
No,
because
no.
they moved the date, and we were
That's
scheduled
right.
to go to
We
Mid
were
Tennessee.
teaching. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, that's why we have Flat Herbie and Flat Michael.
That's awesome. I wonder, should we bring them back this year?
I was thinking about bringing them back just so we can just beam back there.
All
Maybe
right.
they could play Family Feud.
I'll put. No, I'm looking forward to that. But I think I will bring Flat Hurt, Michael.
Well, just to let you all know, part of the Red Suit Conclave on Saturday evening is we're going to have the Kringle brothers versus the Claus couples in a game of Family Feud that hopefully, if
Family
everything
Feud.
goes well, will be televised live on either YouTube or Facebook. So make sure you keep notes of
Knock
that. I
on
believe
wood.
it's 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And the feuding is about to get big as the Kringle brothers with our cousins Doug and Jerry
Yep.
and
Stacy, you're lovely.
my Stacy,
Nancy and Jerry.
and Nancy and Jerry. So again, Got it. Okay, so where does Michael
Did you get
get
your
his
bibs?
Scully hats? Santa Ron, we get our Scully hats
From
from
Scully.
Boston
From
Scally.
Boston Scally.
Now, Wade and Scarlett from Santa's Closet does have a few of the winter Scally hats that you can also purchase as well. I'm sorry, Big Dream Santa, that you can't be here with us. However, if you can't be with us the whole weekend, maybe you could come on up or come on down on Saturday. That'd be the most important day because that'd be the longest day. And you
Yep.
can just kind of sit in and join us. You don't have to
Yeah,
stay for the entire
anytime.
weekend.
If you can only come for a little bit, come for what you can. And yeah.
But no, I think we covered everything. So, does anybody have any questions? We have a couple more minutes here. Jeff says he's so looking forward to this weekend.
Me too.
Santa Don, as time dwindles down, I bid good night to all, and to all a good night. And until we meet again, may
Sounds
God
good.
bless you.
So why don't we've got some people we should probably thank, Kirby,
We
before we
should.
leave because we've been very blessed, you know.
Oh, yeah, we can't say any. Yes. So, we want to give a special thank you to the TNL Production Network, Bob,
Scott.
Scott, Spankel, and Angela. And of course, our TNL Network family.
And Randy's in there now too.
Oh, Randy's in there now too, so Randall's in there. Yep.
And
To
Mike
our-
in there.
who?
Mike.
Mike. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, Mike and Randall. Oh, yeah.
You
I'm
know,
like,
sorry.
dude,
There's,
you can't do
Mike's a
that
very
to me.
popular. Remember for the Christmas? Who was it? Was it Beth made that comment? How many Michaels are signed up for the
No.
Santa family reunion? You know.
Also, too, we'd like to thank our contributors, Larry Talbot, Santa Roger Mitten, and of course Wade and Scarlett.
And don't forget the biggest thank you of all go to
Woohoo!
Stacy and our my lovely Linda.
And also, we owe a big
I was
thank
just
you.
giving you that dramatic pause, and
Oh.
they go to. You know, sorry. I haven't seen you in a while. All right, I'm a little funny. Oh, Kathy Fick sent me a whole bunch of dad jokes today about police.
We didn't play the dad joke.
Oh, that's right, we did. We've got to. Here we
Don't
go.
play the dad joke.
So why didn't the shrimp share his treasures?
He was a little shellfish.
He's a little selfish. Thank you, Santa Snow and Kelly.
Oh my goodness. Well, one question, Santa Laser Engraving. He says, on a one sheet, do you just do an individual or Mr. and Mrs. Claus? This will be my Mrs. Claus second full year. What do you think? Do you put both of them on or just do one?
I don't know. I got to ponder that. Right now I'm thinking two, you know, both of them. But it's I got to ponder that one.
What I would do is I would actually create, say, three. Do one for Mrs. Claus, do one for Santa, and then do one for the two of you because you know what?
Oh, that's a good idea.
There is some instances where they may not want Santa, they just want Mrs. Claus. And there'll be other times when they want both of them together. So if you actually have a series of things, they'll be able to see how.
Option A, option B, option C.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Zingerman says, thought you froze. Santa Doug says, both if you perform together. I don't know what that one means.
Yep. Or
But yes, we have a
hopefully
lot of Michaels in here. But as we were saying, is a big major thank you to each and every one of you, our viewers, for supporting us, for listening to us, and I hope you can go away with just a spark of inspiration.
So until we meet again, may your days be jolly and your heart shine bright.
And may the magic of Christmas fill every aspect of your life.
And remember to be good for goodness sake.
And spread joy and share kindness to all you see.
Thanks everyone for watching.
Good night.
We appreciate you.
Hey, we're back.
Afterglow party So the policeman
Okay.
took a picture of his coffee cup.
Yeah.
You know why?
Because he wanted to see what was wanted.
No, they told him always to get a mugshot. Thank you, Kathy.
Why don't you go ahead and post real quickly the QR code for your one sheet?
All right, here we go. There we go. Are
So-
we back?
We put that on there so you can always go back, rewatch the show, and get the QR code. But if you have issues, just send us an email again, kringlebrothers2@gmail.com. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. And thank you so much